What's up, Food Podcast? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Rizzo.
What's up,
Rodrigo.
What's up, dude?
We got Ruben Najera. Do you hate your wife? Are you tired of being married to your husband? Stop being miserable and let the law of office of Oscar Sandoval help you accomplish your dreams. Attorney Oscar Sandoval handles divorces, child custody, child support, and everything related with baby mama and baby daddy drama. You can call or text him at 626-784-6010 and follow him at ODSESQ, the law office of Oscar Sandoval, 626-784-6010. If you have a problem, they solve them. Se habla español.
Was that really the ad? Because that is so funny.
Those are the questions you have to ask yourself, though.
No, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. You never know, man. You know, your wife wants to leave you for a tamalero, man, and
Hey, those guys.
That's a different recipe of a man right there, huh?
Hey,
to wrap you up.
I see those guys outside of a Walmart like a lot, and like they're hustling, bro. Some tamales, champurrado.
All over
in
California,
the
bro.
summer, bro.
From Merced all the way to LA, bro.
Yeah, dude. But apparently, 90% of the people that initiate divorces are the women. So that's a fact.
Where are you getting this stat from, bro?
where did you read that at, bro?
On the
What
internet,
channel,
bro.
34?
Channel 34.
Divorce doesn't exist in my house.
Yeah, I heard it in fucking
Don't worry about me. My wife was already married before.
Southgate. That's the.
What's another one, eh?
That's funny, man. Like some of the people, like when I used to live in Echo Park, like there was lawyers there, but they also rented chairs for parties and tables.
Side hustle.
Like,
But that's always specific to a community, huh? With jumpers and everything.
Like the place I used to go to, they used to do lawyer services like this, DMV, like they'll go to
Tags.
the DMV for you, tags, and rental chairs, and the whole party supply.
It's a Latino version of AAA.
And if you're a quinceañera, you don't have a chambelán, they'll call concrete right now.
well, that's what Concrete's family used to do. They used to do the tables and the chairs.
Because right there you have a notary service too, right?
What's up, everybody? We got Ruben Najera. What's up, fool? Skater and shit.
Thanks for having me on.
Writer.
Long time.
And writer, bro, what you got right there?
Yeah, so I mean, this is my new book, and actually the timing's kind of perfect because the San Diego ComicCon is about to happen. So
You gonna be there?
yeah, I'm doing a signing there all 4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, up at Sales Pavilion on the second floor. And yeah, I mean, I had already written comics for some other publishers, but this is like my own IP. So like I get hired to do things to write, but this is like a thing like I wrote. And like it's my
McFarlane
character.
is to Spawn.
Exactly, McFarlane to Spawn, or Sylvester to Witchblade, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so these are like my characters that
Oh, hell yeah.
afterwards I can continue to do things with.
Story,
you know what I mean?
character, everything.
Everything. I can do like do spin-offs of each character individually. But yeah, it's called Calaguerra, and actually this one's for you, Felipe.
Thank you.
So this is
What's it about?
So it's basically 3 superheroes from Mexico, and they get their powers in different ways.
Drinking
And,
Mexican water.
So here's the funny thing.
One's
So
weed, one's cocaine, one's
I
heroin.
I grew up in Imperial Valley, and I was in Mexicali, crossing from there to El Centro, Calexico. And so growing up, like when we'd be skating spots in that area, like we'd be like near the New River sometimes, which
Getting chased
is
by La Llorona.
well the new
Skate faster, dog.
yeah, there's stories about La Llorona back in the valley, but like the New River is actually at one point was the most polluted river in the United States. Now it's like top 10 always.
And fools still were crossing, huh?
So that's the crazy thing. It's like even when the border patrols find individuals going through the water, like they're told not to touch anybody because the water's so contaminated. And so like growing up there, I seen like
really?
frogs with like 3 legs.
A paisa with 4.
It's like the Simpsons or a paisa.
Toxic paisa.
On the other side of the border, growing up, I knew like this skater guy who like his family, like they had an issue with their lungs because they grew up in the river. That's where their house was.
And how did that river get polluted?
It's just like it's runoff from like industrial stuff. It's like fecal matter. It's like it's everything
Paint,
bad.
chemicals.
It's
like
every
the-
chemical. It's everything
The stuff
bad.
that's not allowed here.
Chernobyl, homie.
Run off over there.
Yeah, and so like I even remember like they had some issue where like they had like spores or something growing in their lungs from breathing in the water. It's like really bad. And like I remember like we passed by
Like black
skating on
lung,
the
huh?
U.S. side, it smells so bad. And so, but the thing
Sounds
is,
like
like,
Mexico to me.
if you try to jump the fence from Mexicali to, Calexico, they catch you, they throw you back over. But in the river, they have to let you, like, go through. And so you'll see people, and it's kind of illustrated in the story where, like, they're floating, like, on, like, the devices to come across, And, like, so the characters, like, for instance, like, the female character lead, her name's Calaguerra, and, like, she gets her powers because basically, like, when they're crossing, without spoiling the story, I won't spoil it, but she basically, like, gets left for dead there because they didn't have all the money for the coyotes on the side that cross over, and they were short. So, like, they end up, like, offing her family, in replacement, and, like, they kind of leave her for dead there without giving her away. Like, she basically becomes, like, one with the soil when they leave her there. And so, like, it's so toxic that, like, me growing up watching, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja
like, all
Turtles
radioactive
and
stuff,
toxic materials, like, I use that as, like, the mutagen. Like, the river was what, like, mutated her and gave her powers. And so her powers are pretty cool because, like,
the Stunt Master Splinter.
yeah, she's one with the soil, so, like, she can ascend and descend, like, kind of like Nightcrawler, you know what I mean? Where he can disappear and reappear as long as he can see what he's looking at. She can, like, ascend and descend, like, through the dirt. So she's like half alive, half dead woman. And
kind of like a vegetable.
yeah, and she goes through, like, it's just cool
That's
thing.
cool, bro.
And but it also makes her rooted in reality because, like, it's not like she's Superman, like she can't die or anything. Like she can, you know what I mean? She's very much human. So
Yeah.
She goes through walls, or she has to go under, like,
dirt,
under
soil.
dirt and come out the other side?
under the dirt, out of the dirt. So, like, she can descend and ascend. So if, like,
Like
there's
a
cement,
gopher.
she can't do anything. So, like, her powers have limits,
Okay.
So she can't fight in the city.
Basically, unless, like, there's there's a cool scene in the
She
second
can
part.
fight in Montana, but not.
She
like,
comes out of, like, a graveyard in Mexico, you know what I mean? And, like, it's a cool scene, like, the way they illustrate it. Like, so, like, when you're in her terrain, it's kind of like if you go in the water and you're with the great white shark, you're going to get some, you know what I mean? But, like, if you're not there, like, you're not in the territory. And then the other characters have different powers, like the boy who's a frog, his name's Ranino. And, like, he sells chicles, like, on the border, like, and, like, he has these
Roñas.
legs that are, like frog legs. He was born with deformation.
I'm hungry, dog.
Yeah, but later he learns that, like,
Born with inflammation. He was born diabetic.
deformation. Yeah. So he can actually jump. Like, he later finds he can actually jump over the fence and jump back. Like, so he has this superpower. So everyone's got these unique powers. Like, I haven't seen anyone do, and it's just really cool. I mean, I grew up there, like, in Mexicali.
Is that where the family's from?
That's where the characters are from. I kind of based it coming out of there. But, like, they like, that's where, like, kind of the origin starts. But for the most part, like, they take it into, like, the world and go into adventures in different places. And I mean, that's the cool thing about comics is, like movies, like, you get these big billion-dollar budgets that you can never afford to make if you want to make indie films. But, like, the thing I love about comic books is, like, you have no limits, dude. Like, you could put them in space, you could put them underwater, you can do whatever the heck you want. You have no limitation, you know what I mean? The illustrations will do it, and it's a beautiful medium, and that's very much the reason why, like, even a lot of comics get adapted into films and movies and television, because there's a whole storyboard department in film and television. And comic books are like that whole department just got done because the storyboard's finished. So that's why you see a lot of things like, Amazon has The Boys, or Walking Dead on AMC. You'd be surprised. There's so many things. I think a lot of people don't realize how many comics are adapted.
Yeah.
That one was cool.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful medium, and, like, you can do so much with it, and that's what I just love about it. You know what I mean? And I've always loved comics. I mean, like, I grew up in a time when iPads didn't exist, and it was still cassette tapes, and, you know what I mean? CDs weren't even. I remember when CDs were like a brand new thing. You know what I mean?
I remember the first cartoon I drew, bro. Was in a little notepad, bro. Some dude masturbating in it.
You drew it or you seen it?
No, bro. Every page had one little hand, and every other page I put
But
it
you
close.
flipped it, right?
Flip
Yeah,
it,
like
yeah.
a flip book. I seen that before.
Yeah, okay.
It was just like those pins with the naked lady in that
I used to
era,
draw a
80s
gun
right there.
with a little bullet, and then by the end of the page, the bullet was coming out. Oh, they didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, snap. I could say it again. Oh, gravy.
All right, so what's up with
Nobody
this
heard
character?
him, right?
You can hear it.
But can you hear him earlier?
Yeah, everything was there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It was good. It's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I could say it again. It's all good.
No, you're good.
But also, those are old school, like construction worker comic books. There's always like a little sexual innuendo to them, huh?
Which
or
one?
guns and violence. Those ones those little flip books.
I don't know. I've never seen
Newsstand.
one. The one I just made it.
Oh damn! I see. They used to have them, dude.
What makes it?
I would
that's what I'm
draw.
saying.
I would get my pencil and I would draw a pistol and then draw the bullet like real close. Then the next page,
Yeah.
the bullet would be a little further, all the way to the top, bro, and
Yeah.
then you'd be a bullet flying.
Yeah.
And how long would that process take you?
Forever,
Yeah.
bro. But now they do it in a computer, right? Or AI could put it together.
Yeah, the
Like
technology.
Walt Disney was a page
OG,
per
yeah.
page, huh? Fuck that.
Yeah, that's the OG. That's the OG way. That's why you can see like on television shows, you see that they sell animation cells, and like you can actually buy a piece of like history of like your favorite show, and so you can get like an animation cell from a show that you like, and it's a cell that was used. So like every scene is like, so if it's
Yeah.
like Donatello on a skateboard on Ninja Turtles, it's like boom, 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 and they're each cells, and like it could be like a chunk of, I don't know, 100 cells, and it's like literally only like 3 seconds or something.
Almost
Ridiculous.
like blink of an eye.
Yeah.
How do you feel about AI? Because
I mean-
I've seen a lot of that shit. It's like, it's insane how good it looks, like the art and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because for one hand, for like reference and ideas, I could see how it could be beneficial, but also on the other hand, I don't know, because you know they
I'm
say like it'll
unemployed.
take away jobs, but at the same time, I feel like there's things that like
New
like
jobs too, though.
us as human beings can conceptualize still at the end of the day to like draw or make it look more real still. That like that will never replace.
More soul.
Yeah.
That's what, add that little accent to it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like even like when you hear like music where like you could tell where something is looped and it's perfect and it might sound great, but like sometimes you hear like an old record like with singer-songwriter or guitar and you hear the little fumble or the guitar screech and it sounds cool and like
not perfect,
It's
yeah.
not perfect, but the imperfection is the beauty sometimes, you know? Yeah, I think, you know what I mean? I still like that. I don't think that could be replaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like with physical
Yeah,
media
that-
too.
The human touch.
What?
Hold on a second. Where is your mic, Ruben?
I got my.
Oh, right here? Yeah?
It's clear now.
Yeah?
It's not echoey. That's fine.
I'll move it wherever we need.
Put it a little higher right here.
Yeah, higher.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was echoey before.
Oh, it's good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this your first comic book?
No, so I actually wrote, I've done a couple of stuff for different, I mean, the big one, my big entry into comics was for Archie.
Oh,
I was writing for
cool.
Archie. I did the Betty and Veronica and the Archie stories.
Oh, shit.
And the comic, the best Archie comic ever, which is pretty trippy because when I was a kid, like I was saying, we would cross to Mexicali, you know what I mean? We'd go across the border because
You were
like,
drawing Jughead.
it was, well, here I was
Archie's
I was
the biggest
attempting.
one.
So like, there's this thing where like when I was younger, where like we'd go to like I actually told this to someone recently. It was kind of funny because they were younger, so I tripped out. But like when I was younger, there was a place called Kmart, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the first started correcting. They were like Walmart. I was like, no, it was called Kmart. I swear.
I
there
went
was
to a
place called
Kmart in Alabama. It was called Kmart.
Oh,
shit.
shit, dude.
Really? Whoa.
Next to the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I remember like this instance where it all kind of started for me, where like I remember my mom had me and my brother Ricky at the checkout counter because we couldn't get a toy because like, we didn't have like a bunch of money growing up, you know what I mean? So my
You
mom
didn't
was
steal
like,
them, bro?
I never stole anything like that, but like at that checkout counter, it's
Just
funny.
bubble gum.
It was a checkout counter?
Well, the checkout counter when you're leaving Kmart, I remember my mom was like,
oh, so, not self-checkout.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, one thing, and my brother Rick was like, he got the candy bar, but like, I wanted the comic book because my abuelita gave me a Spider-Man comic one time, and I was hooked, you know? She was like on the dryer or washer or whatever. She just gave it to me. Still to this day, I don't know whose it is, but it got me hooked, and that Spider-Man comic was my first. And so at the checkout counter, instead of getting the candy bar, what my brother got, I was like, I tried to look for anything that was like comic book related, and they had those little Archie digests. You know, remember those little
Yes.
Smaller ones.
the small
Handheld.
ones. And so I would be like, he'd get the candy, and I had to get that. My brother would eat the candy, he'd finish it, he wouldn't have anything. I'd have the Archie Digest, and like I would read that thing front to back. Like crossing from Mexicali, like I'd put like on the window and like trace it on a piece of paper, try to learn to draw, like you were saying, like, you know, Jughead and the characters, like. And so I just use that thing to heck, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, so since then I've always been writing comics, and it's kind of funny how later on I would end up writing for Archie, you know what I mean? Getting to work with those characters, so.
How did you get hired to write for Archie?
So I had actually sent scripts out to them with no success for like a few years, but I was like writing pitch scripts. So the thing is like,
The pre-pandemic.
This is I'd been doing this for quite some time. The thing is with like artists and writers, like an artist, right? If you're an artist, you can show 3 pieces of artwork to like someone who would hire you, and they'd be like, "This is really good. This is not. This is good. All right, you're hired, or work harder, or something, right?" And they give you an answer quick, right? But as a writer, try handing someone like a 22-page script. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, "I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, sure, kid, I'll read it." You know what I mean? They're not gonna read it. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna take the time to read that. So breaking in as a writer is super hard in this industry. So what I would do is I would try to just do research online. Eventually, I took a class at the Kubert School, which is like an online thing in New Jersey. It's like a comic book school, and right there, I learned how to like condense scripts. Because turns out I was doing too much.
Yeah.
I was doing way too much with no success. A lot of failures. But me with my skateboarding background, like fall, get back up, I just wouldn't stop. You know what I mean? So even though I failed a bunch, eventually I got it right. I learned to condense my scripts, took the writing class, and then I started pitching again, just never gave up. And then one day the editor got back to me and they're like, "Hey, I do like this one. You know what I mean? Can you pitch a couple more, maybe 2 of them?" And I was like, "Well, how many are you guys looking for?" And there was like, I think like 10 possible pitches you could do. I was like, "I'll do them all." So I just like pitched them all, and then they liked one of them about like a Betty and Veronica story, which was called Operatives, which is like a spy story. Because usually they don't work together, and in the story I wrote, they work together. And so it's called Operatives, because it takes place in an opera, and they're super spies.
That's cool.
So they're trying to crack down and catch like a villain that I created for Archie at the time.
Oh, it's cool, dude.
And I got to do that, and it's called The Best Archie Comic Ever, and it's like they're all superhero characters and stuff. And so that was like the big book that I really got in within. And then I got other work with other publishers, and then this is my own original IP that I wrote. And then actually, I haven't said this publicly yet, but the guy gave me the okay that I could say this. But there's like a comic book company called 10 Ton Press, and John, the editor, super cool dude. I just finished. Actually, the cover's done. I probably could have showed it to you what it looks like, the image, but it's for Linkin Park. So I just finished that.
The band?
There's gonna be like their first comic book. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
Cool,
so I
man.
just finished that one too. And that you won't see that one till like January, December. But it's done. It's like the story's done. The artists are doing their thing now. And that's another thing about comics is like the process is long, because even after I write it, it goes off to the person who's gonna pencil it, and then someone has to ink it.
Oh, you don't draw it?
I don't know. I just do the writing. And then
Oh,
someone
shit.
adds the
Create the
colors.
story, the characters.
Yeah.
When you do the writing, how do you write it? Like, do you write like a script, or you got to write the whole bubbles?
It's very
You got to write the bubbles with the people.
Yeah, so basically, like when you read dialogue, like in a script for like a film,
Yeah.
like a film or show, pretend like those are the speech bubbles. You know what I mean? And so
The
we
lines?
put the lines, and then we.
So
put
it's
lines
written
in.
in the same format as a screenplay?
Basically, yeah, because I've compared the two back and forth, because I've written some kind of screenplay stuff too, and it's super similar. It really, really is. Yeah, because you're setting even the day, like exterior, nighttime. You know what I mean? Bustling city. You know, New York, whatever. Like.
So it's written like a storyboard?
Yeah, so it's written
the-
so like page 1, you know what I mean? You'll put the setting, and then I'll go page 1.1, and that would be square 1, right?
Okay.
And then 1.2, that'd be square 2. If you feel like the image or what you're trying to tell in the story can be used in a whole page and it look more beautiful, if you let the artist just do their thing, you can go like splash page, or like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, say that before. So
Yeah.
you got to write splash page.
Yeah.
That character, the frog character jumps. So you got to write splash.
Yeah.
This character jumps, and he knows to draw that guy jumping in the whole page.
Exactly. So you're kind of like
So
a
there's
director
like comic book
too.
dialogue.
You're kind of like directing too, you know?
So they're drawing off of the script then.
Exactly, but then
That's
like
cool.
But then the writer has the ability to give them independence as well. Like you can even put notes there like, feel free to narrow this down in panels if you feel whatever. You know what I mean? Like you kind of give them, and I like doing that too because I like seeing the surprises where they draw something. You're like, dude, they kicked ass on that. That looks awesome. You know, and then when they did that, you just let them go crazy on it. You know, like they drew skitties. They did all the windows and the details. Someone riding a bike and someone running, and like it just. There's a lot to it, and it's super cool.
Have you ever worked with a drawer that say, "Hey man, I can't read. Just tell me what to draw"?
I mean, not yet, not yet like that. But shoot, who knows?
So there's you, right, who is the author
Yeah.
of the comic book.
Yeah.
Then the guy who draws it. Is there a third person who colors it in?
Yeah.
Shader. I remember, bro, in that, you're a shader! And fucking, that movie,
Mallrats.
no, Chasing Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What,
Kevin Smith.
Ben Affleck? Yeah, Ben Affleck. He's like a cartoonist, right? And his assistant is that guy Jason. What's his
Jason
name?
Lee. He's a
Jason Lee.
skateboarder too, yeah.
And like they both have a comic book, and the fans are there and they're signing at their little ComicCon.
Yeah.
It goes, "Why you here? You're just a shader, dude."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember
Nobody
that.
Fuck
wants to
you.
see you, dude.
And then there was a black comic book artist. He was all like he had like a Black Power, Black Panther character, but Black Panther like the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
And then when he left, he was all gay. And he goes, "Man, you gotta do what you gotta do to sell these damn comic books."
His character.
I remember that movie.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That reminds me
How
of
hard it is to get comic books published in print, because Rodrigo right here, he reads a lot of comic books, but
Yeah.
the raw one is
Yeah,
tablet.
like Marvel Unlimited or Kindle
Question.
or all the.
The tablet, when you have your comic books, when you turn the page to the tablet, make the page noise.
If you have the setting,
Does it feel cool to have the page noise, or
it doesn't. It doesn't.
fuck it?
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah.
it?
I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care. But it does. It's almost like as soon as it's like, be on your phone, but you don't get that. It's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more of a side
Yeah.
effect.
It's like
If you have
making
like,
noise.
just say he has the comic book in his laptop, right?
Yeah.
It ain't worth shit compared to have it in your hand,
A
right?
physical copy.
Or people still care about the physical copy. People still
Some
collect
of them, some of the new stuff comes out as popular out of the gate.
Or
Yeah.
does the price go down on comic books?
I mean, I still like physical media because like there's this whole thing where you hear about like that happens still today where like databases or something get wiped out and then everything that you like bought is gone.
Gone, yeah.
And that's kind of crazy to me. Whereas like if you still have the tangible thing, it's like at the end of the day you still own the thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like DVD.
Yeah, but also with comics is a bit different because
It's like
like
an artifact.
for instance,
Weird
like
way.
this book right here is like the first appearance, you know what I mean? So like later when it's like a television show or film, this will be valuable, kind of like The Walking Dead #1. I mean, I think like perfect copies of that graded are like, at one point they were like $2,000. You know what I mean?
Batman number 14.
Yeah, oh yeah, comic books in general is
Or
just,
the first
Because the
Superman,
Blue
yeah.
Beetle stuff now is worth some money
Yeah.
because it's a journey.
exactly. So like it's always good to have those things intangible because those are the true first appearances. And whatever merchandise is made after, the truth of the matter is that is what existed first before everything. So that's what's always going to hold that value. So someone who's a big fan or wants to collect it, that's it. You know what I mean? That's the collectible item. You know what I mean? So this is like the first appearance. So when this is hitting stores and everyone's getting it, this is the first printing. So they're kind of coming on this journey because this is not, unlike a lot of other creators where they have something they make and then they make something else after. For me, like you said, like Todd McFarlane with Spawn or like, you know what I mean? Like these are my characters. So like I'm going to utilize them for life. We're going to do spin-offs of the characters.
Right.
I want to do action figures. We're going to put them on
It's a whole nother universe.
merchandise. Yeah. Yeah. Do all kinds of things with them. So.
Who are the enemies of arch villains of these characters?
Yeah, so there's a really cool enemy.
Is he white?
So well, there's
Border Patrol?
there's an assassin guy that we have in issue 3 coming up. Well, in this issue, it's a wrestler called Cicatriz,
Oh shit,
and like he's this
dude.
lucha
I'm playing
guy.
him in the movie, bro.
Yeah,
Please, homie.
yeah, and he's just like this wrestler guy, and this guy right here is like his El Obelisco. He's like the what do you call him with the wrestlers? Like they're paid to lose. They're kind of later in their career.
Throw the fights.
Yeah, throw the fights, and that's kind of his
Throw the
thing.
match.
He has to lose to Cicatriz, you know what I mean? So that's like his arch nemesis in here. And the reason why all three of them work together is because they realize like the people that are doing them dirty is the same organization. So like they find out they work
Like
better.
a full circle right here.
Yeah. So they find they work together better, and so like, all right, we're gonna do this together. We're a team, And so, but yeah, like he's one of the villains, and then there's a villain in the 3rd issue which is funny, and he's called Canicas,
Oh,
and basically like he has a glass eye like a marble, and
Like Rizzo.
Yeah,
It's just he has like a marble eye, and like the thing is like his bullets and his gun they're marbles. Like that's what he
Damn,
uses for
dude.
ammunition.
Old
And so he
school.
does
That
this,
nigga- has a
That
musket.
can fuck somebody up, right?
and he
Oh,
does
yeah.
this thing where like people that he's gonna like you know, like assassinate or what's in the story, like he gives them a shot. So kind of like Two-Face with the coin.
Yeah.
This guy will put a marble in the distance, and the person who he's supposed to execute, he'll give them the marble, and he'll put it at a distance. All right, you got one shot. If you hit the marble, I'll let you go.
That's some cartel shit right there, bro.
And like,
Fuck,
and if
dude.
they don't hit the marble, then they're done.
Play marbles real quick.
And so it's kinda crazy.
Homie.
And so yeah, and so that's it. He's one of the villains, you know what I mean? But they're all kind of absurded like that. Like that's kind of bonkers. It's almost like you know, he's a marble. Like he uses marbles for ammunition. It's kind of like, remember The Tick,
Yeah.
where the villains were so absurd,
Yeah.
like they were like ridiculous. And that's kind of how a lot of the villains in here, they're kind of like ridiculous, but they're rooted in kind of like a fact and fiction thing. You know what I mean? Like nonfiction, fiction, like where there's reality but silliness. You know what I mean?
My favorite character from the Tick was like the Batman parody, but he was a Mexican, Bat Manuel. That was
Batmanuel.
yeah, Batman. It was funny, yeah.
Oh, I like that, bro. On a Family Guy, bro. It's the Mexican Super Friends.
Yeah.
That had that one time I went to the house to the Mexican Super Friends. There's a bunch of, hey, Mexican Batman. He goes, I got those keys made. Hey, relax. Hey, the landlord's over there. Eviction.
They're all here for a
There are a
party.
bunch of fucking superheroes, bro. And one of them is like a Chihuahua, bro. And there's one with a corn.
Yeah, so funny.
I'm gonna feed you.
You guys are all
I
here
thought it was
visiting.
funny, bro, to do like a spin-off, like a Batman and Robin. Call it Batman and Ruben. Holy 40 ounces, Batman. Could this be the end of Batman and Ruben? Would they make it back home from Honduras? Tune in next week to see if they cross the border from Honduras to Belize, to El Salvador, to Mexico.
Fuck, dude.
What's funny
Same
about
travels.
that? You know when you place an order and they get your name wrong? That's like the number one thing. They mistake my name. They put Robin instead of Ruben, so it's kind of funny.
What up, Rob?
Rob. Yeah.
Robin.
Mine, they write Arnold.
Arnold.
From
Nah.
Felipe to Arnold.
Arnie?
Sometimes they just make up names, bro. I always like. That's why I don't like where like when you go into the like, Starbucks drive-through, and the only person that they ask, how you doing, man? You having a wonderful day? What's your name? Bro, take the fucking order, dude. Fuck my name.
Yeah.
Put my drink. You're gonna hold my drink for 10 seconds. You know it's gonna be coming around the corner. Hand it over. Shut the fuck up. No fucking names. I always say, what's your name? I always say like a wild name, bro, like Jordan, man. And they see me and they go, oh, this motherfucker's not Jordan. His ID says Felipe.
I'm gonna say cicatriz.
Yeah, Jordan, man, that's my
Cicatriz.
superhero name, puto.
But do you think those fools, they get trained like that, or there's always a peppy ass fool right there, huh?
I think that's
So, yeah,
way.
Have you ever played it forward where you're like the guy in the back, you cut him off and he's honking you like a dick, so then you pay for his stuff?
Yeah, I've never done that before.
I've done that before.
To throw 'em off?
I pay somebody's stuff, and then I told the lady, could you tell them also? I said, fuck you.
Send that message.
They never do
Put on
though.
the receipt though.
Not supposed to say that.
But I think that's their whole thing, you know. Starbucks is they want to make you feel like you're at home, you know. They know your name.
You're not at home though. You feel at home, bro.
Nobody ever talks to me like
But
that.
I feel that's like their whole strategy. I'm like, yeah, you know, you gotta know their name.
That's what your mom used to whip your ass, eh? All right, bro, where's the belt? ¿Cómo te llamas otra vez? I'm gonna put your name on the belt.
At
eh?
home, it was like, you again?
What's up, fool, man? So you're gonna be in San Diego ComicCon with
Yeah.
your comic book?
Yeah, I'll
This
be there.
weekend?
Yeah, all 4 days.
Hell yeah.
I'm signing up at Sales Pavilion on the second floor.
You have fans of the comic book? They're gonna be dressed up like them?
That's you know what? Well, since we just launched this, that's gonna be so cool to see when that starts to happen. You know, 'cause this is the beginning of this story.
That's how you
what
know
I
you
mean?
made it, man. When somebody dresses up like one of your
Cosplay.
characters.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Cosplay.
Yeah. Have you guys ever cosplayed? Have you guys attended comic conventions before? Like
I
that?
have. I
Yeah,
went to
Never.
Texas.
one with him in Texas.
Yeah.
And I went to the fake one, MegaCon in
Florida.
Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like Comic Con's cousin.
That's I almost went to. So when I was gonna go to MegaCon, that's when COVID first hit.
Oh shit.
MegaCon, I think
So I didn't get to go.
MegaCon might be, I would say it's better than Comic-Con, in my opinion, because it's not just comics. It's like everything.
Entertainment.
Everything, like people like Ruben with actual art. Like if you're a fan of comics and if you're an artist, you could hang out. You can have a little shop, and you can have fucking draw the Green Lantern, sipping a margarita, bro, and somebody will buy it. Or you got other super friends, bro, ordering tacos in San Diego in a nice fucking painting. Some fan will buy it. That's how Lisa's cousin makes money now.
Oh really?
It used to be Star Wars. Star Wars.
I love the Star Wars ones, man.
Bunch of different ones, little different takes on them, little different worlds.
So next thing you know, bro, they're gonna draw your characters, bro, like all naked, like in Hong Kong and Tijuana.
I can't find my pants.
The bootlegger.
Throwing that long
Where's the
Rana
little
tongue.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, yeah.
That's
There
her right
she is.
Wait,
Oh, those are some other books that I wrote. Yeah,
That's your lady right there, huh?
Yeah, that's from M House. That was a script that I was hired to write. That was like kind of like a Red Sonja-ish story. It's called Peyton Blue. And then the Archie one that I wrote, it's like if you scroll the other way around, you'll be able to see the... Oh, yeah.
There you go with the
Yeah,
two
those are
girls.
some of the Archie ones that I worked on.
Oh, like you did it like He-Man.
Yeah, that one's like a He-Man. The yellow one is the one that had like the largest release. It was pretty much everywhere around the world.
Wow.
They've always
Cool.
went with the times though, Archie.
Yeah.
I feel.
They're 80 years. It's
Yeah,
80-year
it's-
anniversary. It's
Dude.
insane.
Did you see that Archie, the Archie series, but it's based on their high school?
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
Riverdale, right?
Yeah, man. I saw.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't watch the whole episode. I gave up.
It's a
Yeah,
drama.
I watched I watched a couple episodes.
Was it good?
It was all right. It was cool. It's kind of
drama.
like Islos High without the Islos.
like
That
the
little
Islos,
weird
yeah.
little.
I used to like
like those
I used to
coming of
like
age high
Islos
school
High and Gentified and all those. It's funny how the Latino show that they wrote for that era, like Gentified, the one I was on, The Block,
Wow.
Islos High. It's like every time they had a problem, they always solved it by a dance-off.
Was your
Like, oh, I got pregnant and my dad molested me. Lupe,
Holy shit.
don't fuck it up. We got finals. We made the semis. Don't be bringing that negative attitude to the semis.
we got to save the youth center.
Yeah.
With a
Little baby was born dancing, huh?
That's why I like when somebody that's Latino or even black or Asian writes a story or a good movie where there's none of those elements in it. Like there's no like message at the end where everybody goes, the moral of the story was to don't be a cholo and stay in school. Fuck that,
That's
bro.
what we gotta do,
I
bro.
want to see a cholo with wings, bro.
Make them up, dog.
Like, this would be a
In
cholo,
comics, you can.
a solo superhero, bro. Like he sees the crime going down, and and then he fucking lifts up his socks all the way up, and he turns into like this white socks Spider-Man, bro.
yeah, it's funny.
And then he throws
calcetín.
his weapon is pata smell, bro. He just goes,
El calcetín.
and instead of web, bro, he flies with a little like every sock when you pour it has a little loose string.
Yeah.
He pulls it out, bro, and he fucking throws it at a building. He flies with it, dog.
That's his
Like he
webs.
swings with it. Yeah.
Calceta,
Just
bro.
the fucking
Super strong sock
His
thread.
enemy is anything that's not cotton, bro.
This was all about Rayon, bro.
Rayon and polyester.
polyester.
I
dude.
thought always thought it was funny how they watch the X-Men, the mutants, and they're always cool mutants, man. Like Xavier, Dr. Xavier, and the Storm, you know.
Yeah.
But man, like they're like even in humans, man, we're not all perfect. Like we're all. I can say we're perfect. Everybody in this room, we could walk, we could breathe. We don't have a little arm with a finger coming out of it,
Actually.
We don't have a leg with a thumb in it.
Actually.
But we're okay. That's what I want to see, a start of the mutants where they show the shitty characters. The mutants that didn't make it. you know?
Yeah, weird
The ones
powers.
that
They had the tryouts.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, we'll take Wolverine because he has cool blades. How about you? What do you do, man? Oh, man, I could jerk off and masturbate real fast. Like, constantly. Nah, man, get the fuck out of here. And he flies away all mad, jizzing everybody.
He found the shooter.
The weird
Or
power.
one guy, what do you do, bro? What makes you a mutant? Oh man, I could make everybody feel sorry for me in 1 second. I'm like a downer superhero, man. By the way, this is my last audition for you guys, man, because my mom has cancer and she's not gonna make it.
God.
See, that's his power.
Yeah. He's a fucking downer. Fuck you, man.
So you're also a skater, bro. How long you
Yeah.
been skating?
30 years plus, yeah.
How old are you, bro? You look younger than him.
I'm 39, so 40's coming up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
39 right now.
Same
so hold on
age
to-
as J.D. Vance.
Hold on to the,
Yo,
the
he's
30s.
yeah, he's
like-
going that age. Yeah.
A hillbilly elegy right here, the skater version.
Yeah, I've been skating for a long time, and I don't skate professionally anymore, but I did skate professionally for like good 10, 12 years, and I just love skating. Honestly, to be honest with you, like a lot of ways it saved my life, and I credit for like a lot of even the mentality that I have now with everything else that I do, because something that I got from skating was like, you fall and you get back up. You know what I mean? And if you want to land that thing, you got to get back up. And so like I got used to like rejection didn't feel as bad, you know what I mean, through time, because it's just part of the process, you know what I mean? And it kind of makes when you land something feel that much better, you know, and whatever that is in life, you know what I mean? So I just apply it to everything, and I just hustle and make things happen, really, you know? Yeah.
Bro, I took my skateboard to high school. When I was in high school, I would take it to school, and I would to give it to the principal. I just skated to school, skated back, never learned a single trick. Never learned how to jump, never learned how to do any wheelies, but I knew how to ride like downhill, that's it.
Sidewalk
dude.
surf at least.
Like downhill, bro, like
Marty McFly,
like
homie.
that's it. But I never learned how to, no tricks. And I used to take that skateboard far, bro.
Yeah.
And all my friends too, bro, no tricks.
Just cruising.
But it was-
Good, cruising and taking boards.
It was transportation. Yeah, taking other people's boards.
Did you ever hold on to your old board? Yeah.
I had a Vision, bro.
Oh, nice.
skateboard,
Ooh,
and I had all the Paul Peraltas because we took them all from the Kenny's.
Yeah.
Kenny Sporting Goods in Montebello.
Those are worth money.
They
man.
are. I was going to say that right now. They are.
We
Yeah.
also had
I've actually brought these together.
Christian Josoy. We sold them at the yard sale.
This is for you guys. I brought bearing gifts.
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Oh
bro.
wow,
So
cool.
each one of you
Mine
guys.
missing tires.
Yeah, so that's like a graphic that was lost that I had one of the artists from the Ninja Turtles, he did for me. And we were supposed to do a board back when I was professionally skating and it never came out.
Yeah.
This is the one?
And that was the board graphic. And so we were like, oh, let's do like a limited amount because I do these convention signings anyways, you know? So I was like, let's print like 25 of them. And so
Awesome.
here's 3 of them. And I just, as a
Oh
gift,
yeah,
you guys.
thank you.
bro.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys, dude, you guys bring a lot of joy to like lives, and I'm a listener, and I love listening to you guys. I have so much respect for you guys. And
Thank
I'm,
you,
I'm a
brother.
fan myself of all you guys. So
That's the brand Terrestro.
yes, the Terrestrial is a shoe brand that I have, and
see?
yeah, so it's
Those
these.
are nice. They look
These
like
are
dress
clean,
shoes.
bro.
You could skate. When we have different styles, but these ones are
10 and a
nice.
half.
You're like an
Yeah,
executive
yeah.
skater in those, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like those because they look like you just came out of Folsom in 1955.
yeah. It's got that old school. Yeah, yeah. They're super comfortable though. You guys will love them though.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'll
nice,
hook you
yeah.
guys up for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to bring a gift and
Thank
bring
you,
a board
Ruben.
for you guys. Yeah, whether you want to hang them or skate them, whatever you guys want to do, they're yours.
I'll
you
put
know.
wheels on mine. Is it a longboard or a regular board?
Regular, yeah.
It's a nice,
Really?
nice wide one too.
Yeah.
And so you're from Imperial Valley then, right?
Yeah.
Right there, next door neighbor,
Yeah.
Mexicali and all that.
Yeah, so like like earlier when we were talking, it's probably 110 right now. They're
Mexicali's
112.
crazy, right?
It's hot over there too, yeah. So it's hot
hotter,
over
bro.
there. But that's what I grew up in, and I grew up skating in that weather and like in that climate, and like yeah, we're just crazy kids skating in the heat. Like I trip out sometimes because like it's like I'm like a true desert rat in that sense, because then like for instance, like the first time I went to Chicago, I was freezing, bro. Like I was like I couldn't handle
Fucking
it.
head is.
Because I was so used to the 100-something degrees that like when I went to like even when it was slightly cold, like I'd see people like eating ice cream or something and over there like, and I was like, how the heck are they doing this? Like I'm so used to the heat, you know what I mean? Like yeah, I just adapted to it. It's crazy. So yeah, but that's where I grew up, and like you know it's I mean I'll always remember where I came from.
Are there homeless people there? Like, how
yeah.
do they survive? Like,
Yeah, it's
what
pretty
the fuck,
gnarly.
dude?
It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, I mean, the the economy there, like it's been rough through the years. I mean, it's like I think at one point it was like one of the most unemployed areas or
Yeah,
something
bro,
like that.
the sugar factory closed.
Pretty gnarly. But I mean, shoot, coming from there, even more reason why give me just, you know what I mean, the inspiration to just make it out of there.
How
you know
far
what I
is
mean?
that from Brawley?
It's
Close.
15 minutes to El Centro, which is where I was born.
And that's around the corner from there.
Yeah, and then Calexico is like another.
So is El
Blythe.
Centro where the hospital was at?
And then
El
Blythe.
Centro's a hospital. Oh, there's a hospital in Brawley though too.
In Brawley too?
Yeah,
It's way
Pioneers.
smaller, right?
And Blythe is nearby too, right?
Probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Maybe?
brought something like that. Yeah.
I used to do shows over there.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I was telling
I
this
used to do shows in Broadly,
Escalera.
Escalera,
Calexico?
and then that club. There used to be the Ghost Hotel.
Which one? The Ghost
There used
Hotel?
there used to be a place called the Ghost Hotel.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the hotel was all closed, but the bar area was open with a lounge.
It was
and they
a
had comedy there.
It was an old school resort, bro. Like
Fuck,
I guess
yeah.
in the '60s or the '50s, I guess Hollywood stars used to go there for like some like dip or
Yeah.
back in the day.
the hot
yeah.
springs water or something. Some
yeah,
weird
the
little
hot springs,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Is there a town nearby there named Gonzalez or Garcia?
No, it's El Centro, Brawley, Imperial, Heber, Calexico.
But there's a small little town that only has
Holtville.
like 3
or
little things there.
Guadalupe?
No, this Ocotillo is really tiny. That's kind of there. I mean, people
Melissa, look up a
Slab
town
City,
that
Slab
burned
City's out
down
there.
in El Centro in the 1990s. The whole town burned down. The church, the Sugu,
I think
the police station.
We ate at a restaurant that was part of that town. That wasn't part of it wasn't part of the town anymore. It was still that was the only thing standing.
Holy smokes. Okay.
It was like 2003, bro.
Yeah. Shoot, I'm blanking on
Bro, the club in Brawley was called Waves.
Waves. Okay. And it was
You
like a
heard of
wood,
it?
it was a wooden building.
Yeah.
Oh, a wooden building. Yeah. I think that burned down. Yeah. I think
the
that-
heat?
So that
Oh my
were down
God.
in 2000s. Then.
Dude, that place, they would book comedians, and sometimes they would just give up and not go. And I made it, bro, and the host was standing out, the stage was by the entrance, so you could see people coming in. And as soon as he walked in, you're ready for your first comedian, ladies and gentlemen. He was up there for 50 minutes, dude.
You're live
the
hosting?
comedian
Hosting.
showing up,
Oh
dude.
my
Talk
God,
about what,
bro.
He was
What the hell?
hosting
Working
the
on your
show
hour,
with no
bro.
comics. 50 minutes on stage.
Wow.
I gave them everything.
And then they saw me walk in. Ladies and gentlemen, your first comedian there had arrived. Felipeesparza. Fool, I was thirsty. I had dry mouth. I wanted to pee, and I went up there, bro.
And handle business.
And the
Made it
people
happen.
stuck around.
I
Like,
did 20.
to watch the
and
guy.
I brought up this comedian named Honest John. We got paid, and then we left immediately, bro. Like I didn't even tell you what the girls look like or
In
the
and
guys
out.
look. In and out.
Was it that bad? Like you're like,
Hard times, bro.
Especially if someone else is driving.
What does that say?
The Laguna Fire, also known as the Kitchen Creek Fire or the Boulder Oaks Fire.
Oh.
God damn, dude.
That's the one, bro.
Wildfire that
1970. Okay.
burned
No, 1970. I thought it happened in 1990.
Laguna Mountains?
Oh, well. Never mind.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What's up with them shoes?
Yeah, so Terrestrial launched like about a year ago. I wanted to just make like footwear from like an independent standpoint because in the industry like skating and I don't really see like even like in music either, but a lot of it's like more corporate stuff that exists. You know what I mean? There's not very many like brands that start off from like actual people who like skate it. You know what I mean?
Because I've seen a
Yeah.
little clean, there's a guy that makes that type of style, nice,
Yeah.
clean, almost executive style, but they start in the high hundreds.
Yes,
and
they
it's
do.
Like, yeah, so it's like, yours are more economical.
we're more economical, more price point friendly. I mean, we have some shoes that start at like $40, you know what I mean? And these ones are
Which
like
is
120.
It's reasonable, dude.
Yeah, but that's because there's limited. Like these ones, we only made 50 pairs. Some of the other ones, we make like 300 or 400 pairs. So everything's like limited. So and even when that shoe is sold out, it's gone forever. We never reproduce it again.
Really? Oh,
we'll bring
shit.
it back in a tweak, maybe different colors, but we'll never redo the shoe. So like this one will come back in a different color after it's completely gone. You know.
Yeah, those look versatile. Like,
Where can people
Yeah.
find your merch, your skates, and my comic book at?
You know, my website.
Right there?
RubenNajera.com, RubenNajera.com, and it has pretty much all my stuff, like the book that's come out, things that are come up. The Lincoln Park one's not on there yet, but you'll see it on there pretty soon. This is the first place I announced that. And then more things that I'm working on too that I did finish the scripts for, but they're like probably the bigger properties I've ever worked on, honestly. So everything's like really ramping up right now. But kind of leading on to this, which I'm excited about, because this is like my thing, you know what I mean? Usually I get hired for something. This was like my thing. And the way I did this book was, instead of waiting for someone to be like, oh, your idea is great, let's make it, I made the book itself. So I hired like my team. We made it, so when I did the pitches to the publishers, they were like, oh, holy shit, like this is done. So I was like, yeah, you can just put your logo on it and we go. Like, what deal can we work out? And so that's the way I work now, you know? And I found that that's very like efficient. I know a lot of people in the industry don't do that, you know? But that's the way I roll now, because I have like creative control to get it done, you know what I mean? So like my interior artist in this, he goes by El Cartoon, he's from Tijuana.
Oh shit.
The woman who did the cover for this, Tahani Farr, she's from Mexico City, you know what I mean? This awesome
That's
cover.
fucking cool, dude.
My cartoon, my letterer, he's also from Mexico. So like my whole team, I bring them together. We make this beautiful book, and then we pitch it to different publishers and see you offer the best deal. And with Blood Moon Comics, their deal was awesome because it was a 50-50 split. You know what I mean? So it's super fair. And then when the 3 issues are done, we'll probably do a trade paperback, which compiles the 3. And then after that's done, and we're done, it's not with Blood Moon after that, then all the rights and the characters revert back to me and I can do whatever. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like being like, you know, you get the exposure because they have the distribution throughout every store literally in the world is gonna have this book, whether they're in Europe or Mexico or wherever, anyone can order it. And then from there, the characters could go, and then if I do anything independently later, it already got that exposure, you know what I mean?
You keep all the classic conventions from the comic book industry.
Yeah, and it was super awesome to make, and it's cool because it has little tidbits of like, you know, where I grew up and little things like that, you know, that some of the atmosphere and environments that like I was around, you know what I mean, and growing up and around those areas, and just my culture and not seeing anything done like that, because I mean like I said, like the majority of my family was from Mexicali, you know what I mean, so I was always over there crossing back and forth. Like I remember I don't think we had medical insurance, so like I had a Theo who was a doctor, my Theo Chochi, and like so every time we needed to go to the doctor, me and my brothers, they just drive us across the board. He just check us out for free, and then we just cross back, you know what I mean, or like go to my abuelita's house over there, and like so like I just have, you know, going back and forth between 2 countries is kind of a trip to be that close and going
right there,
all the time, and then skating, you know, both of them different spots in different areas, and just being used to that culture and yeah, it's a trip to finally see this finished. You know what I mean? I'm stoked on it. You know, and at the ComicCon, this is my 10th year being invited there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And when I first, this is like my 3rd year being invited as a like comic book writer. But when I was first getting invited there, it was because I was like a pro skater, right?
Oh shit.
And I was doing like stunt work and stuff, and like music videos and movies and stuff. So I originally got in there because of skating, but now I'm there. I went from like, I usually say like I went from being like a writer to a writer, you know what I mean?
Funny.
So, yeah, but I still do both, right?
And how long you do the stunt stuff for movies and videos?
I did it for quite some time. What's funny is like, I got hired to be like a skateboarder in music videos first, and then like I would always stick around because for me it was like free film school. I would ask, can I hang around? Because I also like just the way they do stuff, you know what I mean? Because I like filmmaking.
Doesn't learn nothing.
Well, once I get my food and my paycheck, I leave. I'm like trying to get a ride with a girl. Hey.
They kicked me out. I was trying to get second.
Yeah, I was on this music video when I had been hired one time, and it was like from one of these American Idol singers when that was like popping. They were making, you know, and the director was this guy named Wayne Isham, and he's done music videos for like Metallica and the Michael Jackson, you know what I mean, like. And I remember after I did my thing, I was done skating my part, right? You know, they get, you know, you're done. You get paid. You already ate all you can leave and all that. But I asked them, like, can I stick around? Like, do you mind if I just watch? Because I just like to see how they did things. They set up shots and like the takes and like the lighting, like all that stuff interests me. And so I would do that. And so for a while I had just these skate gigs. But then that dude was like, oh, what are you doing next week? And I'd be like, oh, well, you know, and he started booking me for stuff. He's like, but this is not skating. Are you okay with that? And then from there, I started doing random stuff that had nothing to do with skating.
You're gonna be a gaffer this week, dude.
Yeah, so like, like there was this one movie I did. It was called Border Lost, and then that one, like, they made me like 3 or 4 different bad guys. They just dressed me up differently, and they would like shoot me up. I'd be falling on beanbags, getting hit with like
You
beanbag
villain,
bullets. So like I did all kinds of random stuff like that through time, you know. But it all came from skating, and it was good money at the time, you know. And yeah, so I've done a lot of different things, and all of it was skating, which is kind of trippy, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's just it was fun. It was good times. But one of these days, I'd like to see, you know, my story. I've had 2 people, and I probably will get more approaches at the San Diego Comic-Con, but 2 people that were interested in optioning it, and that's something I'm hearing out because I would like to see this done, television or
Yeah.
film.
What
will
would
be
it take to
eventually.
option that? Like, how much money?
I mean, I'm kind of open to hearing things. You know, more than anything, it's part of the growth of the property. You know what I mean? But nowadays, I mean, they do such cool stuff now, and there's so. I mean, you know, from Hulu, Netflix, like, there's so many options.
Things get
now
picked
too,
up pretty
Amazon.
quick now, right? Like comic books that like were probably made like what, like 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, pretty fast. And like this storyboard's done here. You know what I mean? And like when you have the 3 issues, they have a whole everything. You know what I mean? So like, if you can make a really badass pilot, you know what I mean? I could already see it. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be awesome to see it come to, and like you said, it's going to be so fun to see when someone finally like starts cosplaying it, and like just seeing it grow like that, which is
characters come
super
to life.
awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you know other artists that do comic books that are Latino?
You know, it's other than my, which is funny because like I actually kind of hired my team because they're kind of some of the only people I saw that were like, so we're kind of like the team, you know what I mean? The ones that gather on here, because we've all done work for other things, like my interior artist, he does, you know, Upper Deck. He does
Yeah.
like the Marvel cards, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And then my cover artist, she does all kinds of amazing covers for all kinds of other. She just did like a Conan book that's going to be at
Holy
the.
shit.
So like my team is like legit in terms of like, you know, like Mexican American, you know, or from Mexico. Like some of them are straight, just directly still live there. So like, I mean, I can't really think of others. There's maybe like one other guy who's like really big, and he's with Marvel, but I remember even trying to reach out to him to try to be involved in the book, and no.
And there's like a couple
nothing.
Latino illustrators. That's about it, though.
Yeah, it's not really. There's not really too
George
many,
Perez.
honestly. There's not really too many. Yeah, you know, there was actually a really good artist named George Perez in
Yes.
comes,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
passed away.
He
And
used to have his own booth
man.
at Comic-Con.
yeah, that's the guy that I wanted to see at the MegaCon
Yeah.
that year, and he passed away after
Right
that.
during the pandemic. Right
Yeah.
before,
Yeah,
right?
and so that was the whole thing. We were going to take a trip to Florida to go see him in one of his last signings. That's what it's being advertised as, and unfortunately, it didn't happen. But that guy was a super talent.
school as fuck.
He was a legend. Yeah,
There he is. I met
yeah. He's such a nice guy too. I heard.
there's
yeah.
another George Perez that has a podcast too.
Oh yeah, Infinity Gauntlet.
We have a fan of the podcast also. Man, if you're listening, man, sorry I forgot your name or the name of your comic book. He sent me a comic book, 2 of them actually. I thought maybe you know him, but I can't think of his name right now. On his comic book, the female is he wrote the superhero, the female,
Yeah.
and she's a superhero in the borderlands of Arizona. Or
Okay.
actually New Mexico.
Yeah.
And she was born in the middle. 'Cause
Okay.
she was
Shit.
her parents were probably a smuggler or something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
she was left behind, and she was raised like in a white family, I guess. And then she saw something, like she went back to where she was left behind, and she found out that, like, science fiction, that she was part of this tribe that used to be in Mexico, that area a long time ago. And when they made the border, it separated them. So like their spirits always trying to get together.
Yeah.
But they found her. Anyway, she's a superhero now, and then she just fights, I guess, MAGA people in the movie who are trying to go against border people, trying to cross or kill them, and she fights drug dealers. It's a crazy comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Fighting for justice.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is like the geography of like some of those comics, like even like Blue Beetle for DC. That's kind of based off of like the Texas
El
area of the
Paso, right?
border.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think some people like forget like there's different portions of the border.
Yeah, it's
you
not
know
just
what I mean?
Tijuana and San Diego.
Yeah, which is super interesting too when I see that like in the medium. Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's I just love the medium of comic books, you know. Yeah.
What's up, Fool Podcast? Oh, man. I have another podcast. It's called Nace Una Leyenda Chespirito. And it's an iHeartMedia podcast that I narrate and host. It's an hour podcast, weekly podcast, 11 episodes on the biographical life of Roberto Gomez Bolaños, from the creation of his first Chespirito, Dr. Chapetin, all the way to the end of his life when he did comic books of Chespirito and Chapulín. That's another thing, when El Chapulín, Chespirito, you know what they call him Chespirito?
No.
You know why they call him Chespirito? Because El Chavo is, right?
Yeah,
El
yeah.
Chavo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy, Roberto Gomez Bolaños, he used to write for a show called El Show de las Estrellas, but it was Capolina and Virutas. It was like a different comedian of the 50s, 60s. And he used to write fast. Like when they told him to go write a sketch, he would write it fast.
Yeah.
Like real fast, like kind of like no corrections. It's perfectly funny, well written. And the guy used to call him, damn man, cabrón, eres el pinche,
Hey, wait.
eres el Shakespeare para las escenarios, ¿no? Eres little Shakespeare. So Shakespeare was Shakespeareito.
Okay,
And they shortened it
okay.
down to Chespirito.
Chespirito. Okay, totally get
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
didn't know
homeboy
that.
was quick with it then.
Yeah, it was fast. And they claimed that they were doing like variety shows like SNL before SNL.
Like they were ahead of their
I
time.
believe that.
Yeah, and also the roast too. The roast, they were doing
Oh, really?
roast
Before like Dean Martin and
Yeah.
all that shit?
on that show
Wow, okay.
in the 50s and 60s. So go check out that show, man. It's on Spotify right now. I narrate it. There's interviews with La Chilindrina, and so far people like it. It's all in Spanish. But every once in a while, I might throw in my own personality in, like, no mames, or damn.
Nace una-
You'll like it, man. Nace
Nace.
una leyenda. Have you listened to it?
I'm gonna start listening to it when I drive. Nace una leyenda. Órale.
Go check that. What's your Instagram, man? People can find you at.
Yeah, it's just my name at Ruben Najera, RubenNajera.
Are you related to Rick Najera?
No, he's like in the industry, right?
Yeah, writer, yeah.
I'm not, but the funny thing is my middle brother, his name is Ricky or Ricardo Najera, but it's not. Yeah, he's young.
And he's from
younger than
San
me.
Diego, too.
Oh, that really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's from over there in that neighborhood of
Mission Hills? No, Mission Hills.
no, the neighborhood where the mural is, that bridge.
Logan.
He's from Logan
Logan.
neighborhood.
Logan.
Shout out to San Diego, man. Oh man, what's up, man? We have a new vice president running, man. It's Vice President Kamala Harris.
She's the main
Bro,
nominee.
They told Biden, bro. They had a little meeting and told him,
Aquí, ya sácate.
ya estuvo suave, viejito. Ya estuvo suave. You need to, for the sake of the party, go take a little nap, homie.
Ya
I am
duérmete.
napping.
You know, it's funny how people that who don't know how. I think everybody should take a civics test in America before you go and complain about politics. Because when I took the citizenship class, the citizenship test, all my questions were answered, about why Kamala Harris is running. Before I didn't know, but I would have like, what the fuck? But on the History for Fools podcast, we're talking about when they shot Ronald Reagan. And the next person in charge, when you shoot a president, it was supposed to be like, oh, is it in a hospital? The next person in line is the vice president.
Yeah.
To run.
And then the Speaker of the House and the Secretary of State, or the Secretary of State or the Speaker of the House after Vice President.
Okay.
It's a speaker, which is the vice president.
Yeah, the Vice President, Speaker of the House. Okay,
But then if they get out of the line, then it'll be the speaker of the house.
Speaker of the House. Then if not the Speaker of the House, they would have to have a little runoff in the Senate to get the right person.
Like before 1804,
Oh shit!
before 1804,
Oh.
I love that tequila.
the person who became the vice president
used to be the runner-up. So like whoever lost was the vice president. Like imagine if again like
You'd vote separately.
it was still like that now. Like fucking together Trump and Biden. That would have been funny, you know? Like in the White House.
It's only gonna get funnier, bro.
They should still do like that. That'd be.
But a lot of people don't know that when a president can't run for president no more and he steps down, that the rightful person will be the vice president, right?
Yeah, that's how it's always been.
That's a whole question, right?
They die or something.
And then people are mad. No, that's not the way it works.
Oh, they have to have a D in the Democratic National Convention. That's what
We got to do another one.
I
There
know.
wasn't even a presidential seal on that thing. It was a tweet. It was a copy of a signature. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
But
Everybody comes up with their little conspiracy theories. That's what everybody is, isn't it? They're not even like civic-minded. They're conspirity theorists.
But they're gonna get the senator of Arizona to be the vice.
Whatever
president.
happens, nobody's gonna like it, bro.
What senator of Arizona?
The astronaut guy. What's his name? Fucking something Curry.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Kelly.
Mark Kelly.
Mark Kelly.
I was gonna say Mark
Mark
Curry.
Kelly.
Fucking,
Damn, this was up to date. You ready for citizenship or what?
no, God, TikTok, bro.
He took the test.
Yeah.
I always thought you
Yeah, they-
skipped those videos.
That guy's pretty cool, dude.
60.
60. He was in the. He looks old for 60.
So he was an astronaut?
He's a real
He lived
60,
in
not a Hollywood
space for a long
60.
time, dude, and then he was in the military. Yeah.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know that.
So he's pretty cool, dude. So yeah.
That's gnarly.
The big way.
But let's go back to fucking
This guy.
yeah. The vice president being the guy that loses. That'd be pretty cool, dude.
That'd be crazy, huh?
That'd be a funny TV show, bro. You know? Fucking-
Veep.
yeah, like
Veep.
Veep, yeah.
Has it ever gotten so bad that did they have to go beyond the vice president?
I
though?
don't think so, right?
Has that happened?
Only in like third world country where they kill somebody, then the next guy.
Somebody
lined
that's
up.
from diarrhea, you know.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess it was gonna kind of happen last week, but well, this whole Kamala thing took his shine, huh? Like nobody's even talking about homeboy's gonna have to get shot again at, right?
That's what they're saying.
well,
bro.
there's a theory people are saying.
And then she raised so much money, like in the
But
history
now they're
of money
blaming
raising.
the people there that were in charge of protecting him that didn't do their job. Bro, you wanna this? We're talking about a guy that wants to save money at all costs. You get what you pay for, bro. If I'm the president, there'll be nobody as fat as me or Rodrigo protecting me. I need motherfucker that can run, dog.
Triathlete.
This fool had the cast of fucking
Cheers?
Superstore, bro,
Superstar.
protecting him.
Yeah.
I would have had skater with boards, bro, ready to beat people up.
I thought if he takes
trucks
off his
him in
shirt,
the
he's all
face.
buff like a superhero.
Who?
What happened? I thought when he took off his shirt, he's all buff like a superhero.
Trump?
Yeah.
Who, Biden?
Oh, the other guy.
Bro, when Biden takes off his shirt, his body looks like Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun.
You look like OJ, bro.
Well, there's a theory right now that people are saying. Yeah, so Biden got COVID. He hasn't shown face in a couple of days. He
the one
died.
that's dead?
He died.
Oh, wow.
I love theories. I love these conspiracy theories, people, because it's just so
Just
ridiculous.
like my little
bro.
tinfoil hat buddy over
No,
here.
I'm not.
Did I close my eyes and somebody hit him with a skateboard or what?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I love these whole
I
things about
think he
people.
kind of probably got messed up from COVID, where he kind of looks a little, trashy, so they didn't put him out. I don't think he's dead.
I think
he can hide stuff like
I think if what he's saying is true, there's somebody pulling his strings right now like Home Alone like that.
Yeah. Make it think somebody's home.
Yeah,
The
man.
web bandits, bro.
It's a little wild, bro. But
It's a
Hey,
wild-
but who knows, though,
Yeah,
right?
you know, sabes, way, you know.
Yeah, it's
There was a driver in Mexico. He's all, no, what do you say? No es como lo pintan. It's not like how they paint it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's funny.
They're the smarter guys, to
But that's what I'm
listen to.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? He has some reason with what he's saying right now. Because we were talking about air conditioning in Uber rides in Mexico, and he said, I don't understand. He's all, because I had somebody that makes these cars in my car, and he said it doesn't waste gas if you turn on the AC. People are just dumb.
Nobody-
Oh my God.
And that's when he came up with that thing. And it's no es como lo pintan. You know what I mean?
And Mexico City,
And it
bro.
makes sense. So it's because it does. Your car doesn't go down. I mean, you don't waste gas. According. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert.
In
but I'm
Mexico
just saying.
City, every Uber driver had their
horrible,
windows
bro.
down, no fucking AC. It was hot, bro.
Bro, Mexico is the only place I know where people drive like this, dog. holding the window. And they use this hand to buy stuff.
Or have you ever seen the people holding the mattress? Everybody in there has a little grip on the
shit.
mattress.
Oh, that's sad when you see a truck with a whole family and all the windows are open.
I seen a couple today. I'm like, it's the hottest day ever. What's going on
Is it
here?
the hottest day ever?
I mean,
What is it? What's the degrees
it
on
was
there?
101 when I got here.
Actually,
You
see-
live in the hottest place, though, man.
it's
Ain't nothing
hot.
compared to over here, man.
Yeah,
That's like the Mars over there, huh?
Basically,
Imperial
yeah.
Valley.
basically.
Weather.
You know what's funny you're saying about the mattress? I've seen a
94
mattress
now.
fly off the car, like while it happened. Like,
Yeah.
It came
I've
off.
seen it
I was
too
like,
before.
dude, that was.
Man, when I was
It's an air
in
mattress. Hey.
when I was doing a show at this casino in Reno, there's a river, and then people water. I guess they
Steamboat. Remember we
they
saw
get
that?
on little floats, floaties, and they drive the river.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw a white family. I'll be specific. It was a redneck family,
Órale.
right? They all look alike, and they were on an air mattress.
Oh wow.
That they got one of their beds. They pumped it up,
Yeah.
and they got the baby, the dad,
Wow.
and the wife with freckles, and the daughter, bro, and they were holding on like this, scared as fuck on the kids.
Wow.
Parent Trap style. In the river.
Where was the video? Somebody should have recorded that. They ain't like us.
They ain't.
It reminds me of like those
Crazy though.
those contests or those.
Roaching Rapids, I call it.
You seen those contests where like they make makeshift boats out of like gosh, I don't even know what it's called.
It's
Like
not Red Bull, or they try to
Furiosa.
fly up?
What are they, Moses
it's sort of
or
like
what?
that. It's kind of like what you make your own little cart.
Like
but
Build-A-Bear?
they're like Build-A-Boats or something, and they have like contests where like it's like the ghettoest boats, and they're like floating down
They're
the
called
rivers and
junks.
stuff.
Cause I seen the Red Bull of the airplanes they
I
try
love
to go
those.
off. Yeah.
You guys see that video of those African kids who made a film, and they did a reenactment of former President Trump assassination
I see.
attempt? Could you show it? It's hilarious
That was in
if you
Africa or
find
something,
it
right?
in Africa.
I trip out on the photo that guy got of him with the flag. It was like so like
Perfect.
Like dude was like hit his thing set up like it was
Picture
like,
of Trump lifting his hand is like perfect, bro. Like to put it out there in history, it's like those two soldiers in Iwo Jima, bro, holding the flag.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like a scene in Rocky, bro.
Yo, Adrian.
Stormy. What's up, Food Podcast? Oh man, shout out to Eric Andre
Woo!
and JP or PJ. JP,
How was
Reese
how were the
Witherspoon,
shows? Oh.
and Doug Pound. We did the last Eric Andre live show last week in Los Angeles at this theater on Boylston, bro. On Boylston and I don't know what other street was. It's in downtown LA. It was called the Beltwater Theater. Bellwether Theater.
I
And
think
we just
that theater isn't that one of the old cinema theaters? It used to be like an older Hollywood cinema theater. Is that the one or no?
no, it's on
Okay.
it's on Boylston and Second Street, I think, or
Okay.
First Street, or no, Third Street. Yeah, Third Street.
Okay.
Right next to where I used to live, bro.
Oh shit.
The whole neighborhood's different there, man. It's clean.
No.
What's that? Oh, here we go. Check it out.
Wow.
The little wooden gun, dude.
Hilarious, look at that, you know. They do all kinds of different ones, bro. They do those kids. They reenact different movies.
Yeah.
The little fools right there.
That's what we should do, bro. Reenact Blood In, Blood Out.
Let's
You
do
want some
it.
chonch chonch?
Blood in, blood out on ice.
But let him blow out
Blood
too.
ice.
Butt eyes, dude.
Yeah.
So you've been professionally skating. You've been to like a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of contests in the past. A lot of my stuff was street skating, so it'd be like a lot of video parts.
Yeah.
Be out in the streets, like we talked about earlier, like legitimately during the time where there wasn't that like many skate parks, so like we really were like jumping a fence to skate a spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
School.
only
yeah.
getting X amount of tries, then you're out of there. But it's funny because like when I think about it, sometimes it's like, oh, you're doing something illegal, but like sometimes I remember getting like they would kick us out and like police or something would show up, and sometimes it would be a big deal, sometimes it wouldn't because it'd be like whatever, we're out of here.
Depending on the cop.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
depending on the cop. But what always tripped me out too was sometimes it's like there was always like, there'd be times where we'd see something way gnarlier going on, but they're so preoccupied with like getting us out of there. And it's like I remember one time like a car hit another car like right across the street, and the dude was so adamant about like, you can't be skating here. He was like, some car just hit a car. You know what I mean? Like, worry about them. Like, what if the lady's like dying or something, and they're like yelling? I was like, you know what I mean?
You're trespassing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
I think they saw those movies like Kids and Thrashing, bro, and it was just like all like
leaving the queue.
Yeah.
Through the years, we got hassled less and less. Obviously, like now it's in the Olympics. It's more accepted.
Yeah, because back then it was when there was a skateboarding is not a crime.
Yeah, that was like that was the whole thing. That was the whole slogan. Yeah. So,
because security guards and cops are really adamant to throw you guys in jail.
I was put in police cars like when I was like 14, 13, bro, just for skateboarding, and then just to scare us. And after that, they would just let us go. But it's just like, for what?
Where did they touch you at?
Show us on the teddy bear.
Yeah, I used to go all the time with my youngest brother, Diego Najera, and he's like a pro skater now. And but I started him skating when he was like 4 years old, you know? And so I would take him with me, and he would just be this little kid, right? And I'm like 10 years older than him, 11 years older than him. And like, I would just take him with me, and sometimes when we get kicked out, they'd trip out, like, what? They're kicking out, like, he's like a little 6-year-old right there with me, you know what I mean? Like, he's my brother, like, and it's like, why do you have a camera? It's like, because we're filming, we're making skate videos, and they didn't understand it. But later on with time, like, as time went on, they'd see the cameras and they'd be like more curious, like they know more about the skate culture after like all like, you know, the Robin Big stuff, and like the one was more commercialized, X Games and all that. And after that, you know,
pro skaters.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, it was more recognized.
But I'm not gonna lie too, because we did some fucking shady shit too. I remember we used to go like into Ralph's and steal beers and chickens, bro. One time I remember we TP'd a whole we steal the rotisserie chickens. Yeah.
Oh, I thought like live chickens.
No, yeah. I remember like one time we TP'd like my high school, bro. Like we did bad stuff too, you know. But like majority were good kids, you know.
How long have you been skating, Rizzo?
24 years.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Thank you, man. You're ripped, bro. I was sponsored by a skate shop back in the day, and then I what's it called? What's it called? I fucked up my ankle really bad.
Okay, you sprained it or broke it or hairline?
No, I fractured it.
Oh, fractured it.
But I just never went to the hospital, and like it healed on its own. So it just fucked up.
That happened to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when that happened to me, it was like never again from that. So when it happened to me, it was like this set of stairs, and like I didn't look at it, like the distance. I was trying to be like, you know, like cool. Like the people that were around me was like, oh, I got this. I didn't even like bother to like look how long it was.
Oh, you just were like, fuck it.
I just charged it, and like midair when I was in the air, I was like, okay, this is much longer than I thought it was, you know? And like so like my ankle just went folded right on one of the stairs because I didn't make it, and I got the hairline right there, and my whole thing swole. And ever since then, like I look at everything, like calculate, like where's the cracks at, you know what I mean? Like my whole mentality changed. But yeah, I got hurt like that too, and it took me out for a while, dude.
But also like when I was in my second senior year, I started, you know, dating girls. Not that I dated guys before, you know, but I was I was more busy. I was having more fun doing that, you know. And I got a job.
I was at the movie theater.
Yeah, so I got a job. So like I just didn't have time to skateboard anymore, you know. But we did have a skate crew, and we used to beef with the other skate crews, like.
Supposed to say beef.
Yeah, Alhambra, we used to beef with.
Skate gangster.
It was kind of because we used to beef with like El Sereno skate crew and then Montebello and San Gabriel. But San Gabriel, all their parents were actually gangsters, you know, from Sangra. So these guys, they would do bad stuff when we go skate with them in San Gabriel. Wow. So yeah, it was like.
Skateboarding was just a phase.
Like they were breaking into cars. Like what the fuck are we doing? Like what the fuck?
I want to skate no more.
I want to TP a school. Now I'm fucking breaking into cars. But yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, when we were filming when I was younger, it was like super like serious. It was like I was like skating because like it was like I want to like skate professional. Like it was like a goal. So like I would like put the hours in. Like I remember be like in the backyard like 3 or 4 in the morning, and
like Michael Jordan.
My parents were like, what are you doing?
Yelling at himself.
They're like, what are you still doing back here? And like, I was like,
360.
I'm trying to get a 360 flip. You know what I mean? Like, I would just work so hard at it.
That's not a 720. That's a 690, dude.
I would make these sponsoring videos, and eventually it worked out. You know, I got sponsored. I started entering contests, started winning contests. I ended up moving to Fullerton.
Oh, shit.
I lived out of my car. And I screen printed boards at some factory, and I just lived out of my car. And the industry and the scene in Orange County there And that's how I got all my sponsors. And I started winning contests, and then eventually when the ones that paid, and I became professional. And it was kind of controversial at that time too, because I took on some corporate sponsors, which was like not cool.
Oh, that was not cool. They hated you fucking like try to make money, bro.
So I got hated on, but the truth is that like, and now it's normal. Now everyone's got like Monster
DIY and punk rock,
yeah.
like, you know, you had ethics, right?
Yeah.
Now skaters are doing like skincare fucking product sponsors.
But when I did that, it was
You
like
do Ozempic, right? Your skateboard is Ozempic.
No, Ozempic's skateboard. But now now that's normal. But like back then, you're a fucking sellout, dude.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to make money. Like shut up.
You live with
Dude.
your mom, bro. Shut up.
But I did have all those sponsors.
What
you
was
know
your
what I mean?
sponsor?
The really big one that paid me was like Power Bar. I had my own Power Bar boxes. They were like in Walmart.
They give you money
Target,
too, or
Ralph's.
just chocolates?
No, I got paid really good. Like I got paid good from that, and I was like on.
But you have to wear a power bar jacket all the time when you skated,
They
right?
gave me a lot of merchandise, but like at the time when I had the box, the other person that had the box was Blake Griffin from the Clippers.
Oh, damn.
So like it was like in good company. So the box did well. Like I remember the first time when I got my first big check and when I first saw the box, I was at Target to buy milk to eat cereal with, and there was a woman in front of me, and this is when I realized like it was gonna like do well. She had 2 boxes, and it was me like on the back of the box facing myself, and like, but she has no idea who the hell I am. I'm just behind her buying milk, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. They don't need to know who I am. Like I'm getting, it's like being on a Wheaties box, and like they don't really care who the athlete
huge,
is. Like I
bro.
just want my Wheaties, bro. You know what I mean? And so from that, but like I mean, from skating like early on, I was able to have an apartment in Orange County, you know what I mean? I was able to buy a car with cash at the time. It was kind of crazy. Like,
There it is.
Oh shit.
yeah, so like that was like, and then like I had like a billboard in Philippines for a shoe company back then, and then
Fucking crazy, dude.
I remember that one, that magazine.
Skidmark. Yeah,
The one right there with the red T-shirt. I remember that. Seeing that somewhere.
Yeah, that was in the early 2000s or something. I forget the year. I lost track of them. I'm bad with the years.
Etnies.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I won one of the
Active
Game of Skates, the S Games of Skates.
It's funny because like
6-star skateboards. Yeah, I had an ad in the City Beat for Nissan.
see, because now like skaters they have agents, you know, to like get like these kind of sponsors.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, dude, like who cares if you're like living like in an apartment with like fucking 20 other skaters? You're punk rock, you're Hessian, you know, like you got your core, you know, but like fuck that shit.
Don't
dude.
forget where you came from, bro.
Exactly.
It's all
dude.
about your values.
Yeah, I at the end of the day, it was just like I love this so much, and like if this could be where I make a living from, then why not? You know what I mean? Why suffer
Exactly,
like that?
dude.
You know what I mean? And now it's funny because now it's totally normal, but back then it wasn't.
It's funny because like now like you'll see like these blogs come out like, fuck these skaters, fuck these team managers trying to make you jump down like 20 stairs without paying your fucking medical insurance.
Yeah, no
Because
medical
way you're gonna make
all
the
these
team,
skaters
though,
would
dude.
get fucked up, dude, and they'll have to pay the bill on their own. Like the company would be like, oh, you're on your own, you know, like it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Dude.
Yeah,
Is that what you did?
We hired a healthy.
Yeah, I was.
I know team managers growing up when I was in the industry that like when dudes would get hurt, they just cut them because they were not
They
productive.
replaced them immediately.
Yeah, it's
dude.
brutal. It would be brutal, and so that would be pretty rough. And like you said, there's no medical a lot of like the brand, so it's pretty rough. So it's like, you know, so like at the time I had a bunch of different sponsors, but like I had so many different sponsors that even if like the incentive checks, like there's this thing we used to do where you would always see my boards back then, and I'd have all these stickers on them, and it's it's all from the brands. And so back then, what we used to do is submit incentive, like, oh, it came out in this magazine. Look at the board; it has your sticker on it. Your sticker, so oh, that's a $100 check. Oh, that's a $300 check. Oh, that's a $500 check. Oh, that's a exactly. And so then, like each ad you got to pay for the ad, and then you get paid for the incentives for the. So that's what I would do, and I know a lot of writers didn't do that, but I would milk that because I was like, I'm making a living.
So I skaters, a lot of those pro skaters, like when they would get like the big paycheck, they wouldn't think about the business. They would just like live fast, and after that, they're all broke after. And just
I remember going to skate parks, and there'll be skaters that were big in the '90s, and they would be selling their used clothes and their used product decks, all that, and all the little kids will be buying them.
We saw that in.
They'll go over there and clean up.
We saw that in Portland. A lot of the guys that were not famous, they were selling their skateboard shit at the skateboard.
at the skate park, right?
Yeah, those are kind of like
park.
the little unofficial Burnside shirts.
Yeah.
Those are cool shirts too.
Because there's this one skater at my high school. He was like sponsored by big companies, America and stuff like that. But he wasn't really making money, and he ended up just selling like all these shoes that America gave him, and he was sponsored by the firm, which is
America.
Yeah, the firm, yeah.
Lance Mountains, because Lance Mountains from Alhambra.
Yeah.
So, but then after that, he got kicked out because he was like, he was selling weed after, you know?
Yeah. I used to sell, remember Destructo trucks?
Yeah.
I was on Destructo. I was like an AM for them back then, and speed metal bearings, and I used to sell, because they used to send me, you don't really blow through trucks, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you just need one pair of trucks. And so like I would have so many extra trucks, I'd just be slanging them, you know what I mean? Yeah, which in retrospect, I guess I feel bad about just everything they'd send me, I'd be selling them, but the truth of the matter was trucks were valuable back then, you know? Yeah.
Like, there's this one skater that was supposed to be the biggest guy, like, in the early 90s, Frankie Hill. Then he fucked up his knee, and Powell didn't want to pay for his, I think, his surgery. And he was one of the biggest guys. He was selling skateboards like crazy. So he just ended up becoming a dentist.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's an awesome skater, though.
yeah, he still kills it now, but...
Yeah, he's still skating. I saw that.
Still,
Yeah, he's ripping. Yeah.
But his knee recovered like 20 years later, and then he was able to skate again. But he was like one of the top ones. He was like the child prodigy, and then fucking Powell screwed him over, and then
he's living in L.A., right? He's still in this area or
somewhere. Yeah, I think he's from Orange County, but he's Santa Barbara.
Okay,
but he's a dentist now. But yeah,
He's anti-dentite. What's up, Fool Podcast? What's your Instagram? People can follow you.
It's just at Ruben Najera, RUBEN.
And you're gonna be at ComicCon this week.
Yeah.
And they can find you and
every
they
day.
can buy the magazine from you directly, and you can sign it.
Yeah. I'll have limited edition copies. So the full release is trickling out all month. By September, all the stores should have them. Everyone that can order. If your local comic shop doesn't have it in stock, they can order it because it's in the catalog. It's so everyone has access to order, all the stores. But this one in particular, like the one I gave you, is like the emerald version, so it has like the green text.
Ooh.
And we only made 25 of these.
Hell yeah!
So this is like exclusive for like the show, you know. So that's like the rarest one. But there is another rare gold one that you can find at like your comic book store. And yeah, I mean locally right here, I know like Golden Apple is going to be carrying it. And then in Murrieta, there's Graham Cracker Comics. I know they have a bunch ordered. So yeah, just different, whatever your local comic shop is, you know, they should have it. But yeah, super excited for it to come out and everything else that's going to come with it. You know, issue 2 is actually done as well, but it's not. Issue 1's just coming out, so we finish everything in advance. You know what I mean? Kind of like everything, all right.
Yeah.
Even when you work on the comedy specials and everything, you already have that. You already have that like ready to go. Yeah, so we do everything like in advance like that. So even though issue 2 is done, 3 is like in the works right now, and that would be the final issue of this 3-issue limited series.
Awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with my dates?
Where are they at? The girls or not? Órale.
Okay, here we go, man. July 27, Big Boy with a sold-out show at the Terrace Theater with Chris Estrada, Frankie Quinones,
This Saturday.
me, Frankie Quinones, Chris Estrada, Renee Vaca, people. August 3rd, I'll be in North Melbourne, Australia at the Comics Lounge. Tickets are available. August 7th, I'll be in Moore Park, Australia at the Comedy Store. August 23rd, I'll be in Wichita, Kansas at the Temple Live at Wichita Scottish Rite Center. More dates. August 7th, 2024, I'll be at Moore Park, Australia. I already said that. Dodge City, August 24. Tickets at FelipeWorld.com. Don't forget. Vancouver, BC, Calgary. All tickets at FelipeWorld.com.
Woo!
What's up, fool? Ruben Najera. Thank you for my board, homie.
Oh, thank you. No, seriously, I appreciate you guys and so much respect for you guys, and I love what you guys do. And I've been a long time listener for sure. So
Right back at you, dude.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you.